Okay. So for today's class, I will start with the basics of PLSQL. Okay. And so what is a PLSQL? And then I will show you the basic codes on PLSQL. Right. So to start with the first topic, that what is PLSQL, I just want to tell you that PLSQL is actually a procedural programming language. Okay, so which actually extends the SQL capabilities, right? So that is the definition you can actually consider for PLSQL. So PLSQL is a procedural programming language. Now, I think all of you know the difference between the procedural programming language and object-oriented programming language. So considering that, I'm just telling you that SQL, I mean, the PLSQL is a procedural programming language which extends the capabilities of SQL. Now, inside PLSQL, we can have various functionalities. Okay, so these are the functions that we can actually perform with the help of PLSQL, that we can have variables, we can have some control structures like ifs. Okay, so if checkings will be possible, and also the loops. Okay, so the for loop, while loop will be there, and triggers, various input output operations, and etc. So we can actually do a lot of tasks with the help of PLSQL, right? Next, so that is just a reminder to all of you that PLSQL is not an object-oriented programming language. Rather, it is a procedural programming type language, and it is platform independent, which actually means that PLSQL can actually implement PLSQL in any operating system. It can be Windows, it can be Linux, it can be any other operating system. So the reason is that because PLSQL is concerned with the stored database in your system. Okay, so it is not bothered with in which operating system you are installing or you are trying to code the PLSQL query. But if you have the database installed in your computer, it will try to fetch the information from the database and it will show you the results, right? So this is all about the basics of PLSQL. And now I will show you how to run a code in PLSQL, right? So now over here, you can see the SQL Plus screen where
Sir, we still see the PPT.
you're still seeing the PPT. Okay, I will change it. So over here, you can see the first page of the SQL Plus, where you'll have to enter the username and password to log in to the SQL Plus. Okay, so I will just enter the username and the password for my system. Okay, so this password is actually used when you'll be installing this SQL Plus. So I will give you the link which will actually help you to install SQL Plus in your system. Okay, so during the time of installation only, you will have to provide a password which will be actually used whenever you will try to open the SQL Plus software. Okay, so in my case, I have inserted the username and password, and host string, you don't have to enter anything, and you click on OK. Okay, so now you can see the home page of the PL SQL, this the SQL Plus home screen, where I will write a code. Okay. Now the first thing that you will have to keep it in mind that you can actually run your code. That means you can actually write your code in a notepad file. Okay, so I will open the notepad file and I will show you how to write that code, and after that I will show you how to run that file in this SQL Plus software. Okay, yes. Okay, so now let me in the notepad I will write the first program of PL/SQL. Let me tell you, like the first program will be like I want to print hello world simply. Okay, so this will be our program. So how to do that? I will just write begin. Okay, after that we'll have to write dbms, okay, underscore output dot put underscore line. Okay, and inside that hello world, right? After that you'll have to write simply end semicolon and slash. That's it. If you want to print any statement in PL/SQL, you'll have to write this particular line, that is dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Okay, so this is the line you'll have, this is the actual statement that you'll have to write for printing anything in PL/SQL. So just like in C programming, we write printf. In Java programming, we write system.out.print or system.out.println. Over here, you'll have to write dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Okay. So I will save this file in a certain folder. So I have created one folder that is programs inside the E drive. Okay, and I will save this file named as prog1.sql, right? prog1.sql. So you'll have to save this file, and you can see that prog1 is the name has been changed. Okay? The name has been changed to prog1. Now I will go back to that particular screen of SQL and I will try to run this code. Okay, so now since we are now in the SQL Plus screen, one thing you'll have to write before getting the output of any program, that is the statement is set server output on. Okay, set server output on semicolon and give press one enter. So this is the statement that is used to get the output from any program that you write in PL/SQL. Okay, so next you will have to run, or you need to get the output of the program that we have written, right? So for that you'll have to write @ then you will have to write the whole link of the file that where you have saved. Okay, okay, so @ then e:/programs. So I have saved that this file in the programs folder, and inside that I have saved the file called prog1.sql, right? So this is the statement that you will have to use while getting the output. Okay, and press semicolon, enter. Okay. So now you can see that the output hello world is printed in the SQL plus screen, right? So this is the first program regarding the PLSQL. Now let's say I want to write another program, and that is, let's say, write a program to print sum of two numbers, right? Write a program to print sum of two numbers. So I will show that how to write that code now. So now in the notepad screen, I will write the code to print the summation of two numbers of, let's say, two variables. Okay, so we'll be taking two variables over here, and we will try to print the summation of the two variables by another variable. Okay, so over here I'll have to write the statement declare. This is the keyword declare, and after that you'll have to write a int. So a is a variable and int is the data type. So after the statement declare, I will declare all the variables that will be used in our program. Okay, so again, just unlike C and Java programming, that we first write the name of the data type and then the name of the variable, but over here we do just the opposite. That is, we will write the name of the variable first and then the data type. So that is the format of declaring variables over here. Then b and int. Okay, b int and c int, right? Then after that I will write begin. So I'm trying to start the program. Then a colon equals to, let's say the value is 10, b colon equals to 20, and c colon equals to a plus b, right? So dbms, so I will just print the value of c only. So dbms dot output dot dbms underscore output dot put underscore line sum of a and b is, right, double the pipe sign and c. Okay, then semicolon, then end semicolon slash. So this is the total format of the program, where I have declared the three variables as a of integer type, then b again of integer type, and c, which is again of integer data type, right? Now after writing the statement begin, I am assigning the values of like 10 in the variable a. Now how to assign a particular value in a particular variable? So over here in PLSQL, you'll have to write colon equals to. Instead of writing only single equals to, you'll have to write colon equals to over here. Same for b, the variable b, that is b colon equals to 20, and c colon equals to a plus b, right? So inside the variable c, the summation of the value of a and b is stored, right? So from the program only you can actually understand that the answer will be 30, right? So dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. So again, this is the statement I have written to print the value of C. Okay, so whatever you will write inside this bracket, it will be printed. Okay, so the sum of A and B is equals to, and this part I have kept it inside a single quotes, which means it will be printed as a string, and pipe symbol is double pipe symbol is used to concatenate a particular string with the value. Okay, so I'm writing C, that means C will be printed with this particular string, then semicolon, after that end semicolon, and give a slash. Okay, now I will save this particular file again. Let's say I will write prog2.sql. Okay, so I have saved this particular program as prog2.sql. Now again I will go back to the SQL screen to print this particular program. So now in the SQL plus screen, you will have to write again the same thing, that is this line. Okay, so I'm just copying and pasting, and you can write prog2.sql. Now you can notice that I don't have to write this set server output on for each and every program I run. So you'll have to write this particular statement only once whenever you will open the SQL plus window. Okay, so if you are writing this statement only once, it will work for all other programs whenever you will try to run. Okay, so at the rate, the whole link after that. So inside E drive, there is a folder called programs, and inside that I have saved prog2.sql, right? So I will try to run this. So give enter, and you can see that sum of A and B is 30. It is printed. So why it is 30? Because A was 10 and B was 20. So you are getting 30 as the answer, right? So this is the way how you are going to write the PLSQL codes in SQL plus software. Okay, now let's say I will try to write another program which will print the summation of two numbers, but the values in the last case I have initialized the values statically. So 10, 20 was given in the program only. Now what I will do is, during the runtime of the program, the values, it will be asked the values for A and B, and you will have to enter the value of A and the value of B, and you will get the result for C. So this is a dynamic kind of input. Okay, so I will show you that code now. So let me go back to the notepad screen. Now here in the notepad, I will write the similar kind of code that I have written in the last case. So declare, then declare the variable names. So A int, then B int, then C int. Okay, then begin A colon equals to. Now over here, instead of assigning the value directly as 10 or some other value, I will write ampersand A semicolon. Similarly for B, B colon equals to ampersand B semicolon. And for C, colon equals to C colon equals to A plus B semicolon, right? So that will be the format. So this is the thing that I am writing for the user input, right? This is the thing that I'm writing for user input. So the program will ask for some value for A and again for some value of B during the runtime of the program, right? And C colon equals to A plus B semicolon. This is common. So it will actually print the summation of the values of A and B that we will enter at the runtime of the program. Now, I will try to print the value of C, right? So dbms underscore output dot put underscore line and sum of A and B is, okay, double pipe sign and C. Okay, so there will be a semicolon and then end slash, right? Now I will save this file again as prog3.sql, okay, and I will save this one, okay, and after saving this file as prog3.sql, I will go back to the SQL plus screen once again to run this code. Okay, so over here again you'll have to write the same thing, that is @edrive/programs/prog3.sql over here. Okay, prog3.sql. So now you can see that the program is asking for some value for A. So enter the value for A. So I will, let's say I will enter 15. Press enter. Then enter value for B. So let me enter like 35. Okay. Press enter. And finally, you will get the value as sum of A and B is 50. Okay. So that is how you can actually implement a PLSQL code dynamically. That is, during the runtime, you can put the values, and for each and every time you will run this code, if you are entering different values for A and B, you will get different result for the value of C. Okay, so the value, this summation or the sum of A and B is 50 will be changed to some other value. Okay, so this is how we'll have to implement the PLSQL codes, right? So, okay, so that's all for today. Okay, so from my side, okay, and I will come back with some other programs like implementation of if statement and while statement in the next class. Okay, so how to check with if, how to do implement for loops, how to implement like while, those things will be discussed on the next class.